Satnam, good morning. So it's been a while since I made a video for McCallum Place, but it's winter, it's starting to snow, so we're gonna start going indoors and figured might as well start making some more videos. So let's begin with our hands in Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger touching, back of the wrist to the knees. Eyes closed and just taking a moment to really center, come into stillness. Noticing the places where our physical body makes contact with the floor. Just really feeling yourself supported by the earth, supported by this sense of belonging, really just being here and now. Let's elongate up through the top of the head. We're going to roll shoulders away from the ears and begin deepening the breath, inhaling through the nose and pulling that breath all the way down to your navel center. So you're taking in this deep breath, this fresh breath that fills your entire diaphragm, lungs, up to your shoulders. And then on the exhale, release. Continue that long, deep breath. And if your eyes are closed, you might feel inclined to focus here at the third eye. Start really opening up and connecting to that intuition. And continue that long, deep breathing. I'm going to let my dog out. Buddy. I know. Where go? Hold on. Oh, play in the snow. Yes. All right. And let's take one more long, deep breath. And exhale, let's go ahead, shake out the hands, shake out the arms and the hips, the shoulders, shake out the legs. And we're gonna come into rock pose. So we're sitting back on our heels, elongating up through the top of the head, shoulders pull away from the ears. Remember, if this doesn't feel comfortable on your wrists or your feet, you can continue to sit in easy pose. And we're going to bring hands to the heart, either in prayer mudra or with one hand over the heart center and the other hand over that one. Really connecting to the heart, setting an intention for our practice before we begin. Before we open our practice, chanting the sound current Om. Okay, connecting to that energy in the heart. Just really setting that intention. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale to chant. Om. Om. hands together. Let's raise arms up overhead, imagining that space between your arms, filling with that beautiful energy that you've gathered in your heart. You're pulling that up with your fingertips. Just really imagining that heart energy, that beautiful light, filling that space. And as you release your hands, imagine drawing that light around you. Almost like a protective sphere to guide you through your practice today. We'll bring hands back to the legs, just resting them gently on top of the legs, and begin some spine flexes. So we're inhaling the heart forward and exhaling, rounding back. I'm gonna go ahead and turn face. So we're really pushing that heart forward, and then exhale, bringing it back towards your toes, forward, towards your knees, and really leading this movement with the heart. Squeezing those shoulder blades together as you move forward. And continuing that movement, I encourage everyone, if you have your eyes closed, to focus here at the third eye, that spot right above the brow, just between the brow line. And if you start to feel like, you have a little more movement available for you, their spine's waking up, you can always pick up the pace. But you want to make sure to continue to take in a complete breath. So as you pick up the pace, as you wake up that spine, that breath is going to become more powerful. It'll be a stronger breath. And again, if your legs start to feel uncomfortable as you're sitting back on your heels, you can always do this movement in easy pose. You just want to put your hands either on your shins or on your knees. One more time. Let's inhale up. Pulling that breath up your spine. And exhale, release. Okay, we're going to continue hanging here in easy pose or in rock pose. We're going to start into some spine twists, bringing our hands to our shoulders, fingers in front, thumb tips behind, really reaching out through the elbows, squeezing those shoulder blades behind you, inhaling to the left and exhaling to the right. Now, if you're doing this in easy pose, you'll maintain that same posture up above, just crisscrossing your legs. Inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right, making sure that your head is following your torso so that you don't accidentally strain your neck. Okay, continue that movement. Reaching out through the elbows, squeezing those shoulder blades together behind you, opening up that heart, keeping your chin up, eyes are closed, focused up at that third eye, and you're elongating up through the top of the head as you inhale, twisting to the left, and exhale, twisting to the right. One more time. To each side, inhale to center, pulling that breath all the way up, up. Let's exhale. We're gonna bring our arms up overhead. The palms are facing towards each other. Okay, feeling that energy flowing up your arms, feeling that energy between your palms. And if you don't quite feel inhale and imagine that it's there. Imagine you're holding this energy between your hands. Hi, I'm recording a video. I'm almost done. And deep inhale. And on the exhale, release your arms. And we're going to bring those hands planted right in front of us, coming into our tabletop. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're going to start right into our cat-cow. So toes are either tucked under their feet or flat. The tops of their feet are flat on the mat. Sorry, my boyfriend just walked in. We're inhaling the tailbone up towards the ceiling, dropping the back as we lift the chin. And then exhale, rounding the tailbone towards the belly button, arching the back, bringing the chin to the heart. Continuing that movement. And this time we're really leading the movement with the tailbone. So as you inhale, you're lifting that tailbone up. Dropping the back, lifting the chin. Exhale, rounding the tailbone towards the belly button, arching the back, bringing the chin to the heart. We won't be here for very long, so go ahead and hop on into it. And one more time. Let's inhale, meeting here in cow. Tailbone reaching for the ceiling, chin up, face forward, shoulders pulled away from the ears. Exhale, rounding the tailbone, squeezing all that old air out. And then inhaling back into this neutral tabletop. We're going to stay right here in tabletop. Now, if your hands are starting to feel a little uncomfortable being flexed, you can always come into peaceful fists. And we're going to start doing some hip openers. So we're going to plant this right knee and lift that left leg up so that the top of the left leg is parallel to the ground. And then bringing that back down with the exhale, planting the left knee and doing the same thing on that right side. So planting the left leg, lifting that right leg up with the inhale so that the top of the right leg is parallel to the ground. Exhale, bringing it back down, planting the right leg, and then lifting up the left with the inhale so that top of that left leg is parallel to the ground. And continue that movement. We'll just do this a few times on each side. Checking the time here. All right. And let's go one more time on each side. And the next time that you bring that left leg up, let's go ahead and straighten the left leg. We're going to plant that left foot and come sitting back on that right heel. And we're flexing the left foot so the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Just finding our balance here. Bringing that left arm, so we're reaching down to toes, ankles, or shins. Wherever your hand lands is exactly where you need to be. And if you're comfortable with it, we're going to bring this right arm up and hugging that right ear as we reach down towards that left foot. Now, if you need a little more support with this side body stretch, you can always bring this right arm down towards the ground, just to find a little more balance, a little more support. If you want a little more opening up, you can wrap that right arm around the lower back. Just taking a few long, deep breaths here. And let's go ahead and release that right arm, bringing it back to the floor in front of our right knee, releasing that left arm, coming forward back into that tabletop, planting the left knee, and we're gonna reach out with that right leg. Remember bringing the top of the right leg parallel to the mat, and then kicking out that right foot as we walk our hands back and come sitting back on the left heel. Remember the toes of that right foot are reaching up for the ceiling. So you're getting a nice stretch behind that right leg. And when you feel comfortable here, we can bring that right arm down, grabbing onto toes, ankles, or shins. And if you're comfortable with it, bringing that left arm overhead, really hugging the left ear, reaching out to that right side. If you need a little more support, you can bring that left arm down to the ground. Or if you want to open up a little more, you can wrap that left arm around your lower back. Again, just getting a nice stretch behind that behind the leg there. Just taking some long, deep breaths here. And let's go ahead and release that left arm, release the right arm. And bringing that right leg behind us. We're gonna come sitting back once more into easy pose. We'll go ahead and shake out the legs. And we're coming into this staff position. So our legs are extended outwards, the feet are flexed, toes are pointing up to the ceiling. We're really elongating up through the top of the head. Hands are planted behind us. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead and exhale coming down to toes, ankles, or shins. Rolling shoulder blades away from the ears. We're going to inhale, elongating up through the top of the head. And exhale, bringing the elbows and the forehead down towards the knees. And continue that movement along with that long, deep breathing. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. Let's inhale up. And on the exhale, go ahead and release. Come rolling all the way up and over onto your backs. And we're going to keep our feet flat to the mat, keeping the knees pointed up to the ceiling. Arms are down by the side, shoulders pulled away from the ears, really roll down the spine as we're pressing the palms into the mat. The fingertips are reaching for the heels. And on the inhale, we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, lowering all the way down. Remembering to keep your head and your torso on the mat as you inhale the hips up. And exhale, lowering all the way down. Pressing your lower back down into the mat. Let's do that just a few more times. Inhaling up and exhale down. And the next time that you find yourself with your hips lifting up, go ahead and pause here. So we're coming into this half bridge. If you would like, you can bring your hands together beneath your lower back. You can even try breath of fire. Okay, keeping your mouth closed, exhaling powerfully through the nose, empowering that breath from the navel center. So you're really, it's a very cleansing, energizing breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and release your hands. Bring those palms back down, back to the mat as you lower your lower back down to the mat once more. And let's begin into that windshield wiping motion. So inhaling at center and then laying both knees down to one side. Inhaling back up to center and exhaling down to the other side. Just getting a nice lower back release with this spine twist. One more time, let's inhale up to center. And we're going to bring the knees towards the heart, reaching through the legs. We're going to wrap our hands around either the tops of the feet, the ankles, the shins, or the big toes. And then pulling the feet apart, coming into happy baby. So the knees are reaching for the mat. The soles of the feet are flat up towards the ceiling. We're imagining this smile reaching from left to right as we rock. Inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. A nice little spine massage. One more time. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, really pulling the feet towards the heart. So the knees are reaching out to either side. And then let's bring the feet up towards the ceiling. Let's get a nice stretch behind the legs, pulling the knees towards the heart once more, wrapping hands around the outside of the legs, bringing the forehead towards the knees, and begin rocking back and forth on your spine, building up enough momentum to roll yourself all the way up and over back into seated. So we're back in our easy pose. We're going to start some Sufi grinds, inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding back. We're going in one direction. Remember, shoulders are pulled away from the ears. Chin is up, face is forward. Very nice. One more time. Let's inhale up to center. And exhale, release. Continue that same movement in the opposite direction. Remember, eyes are closed. We're focusing up at that third eye. And one more time, let's inhale up to center. And on the exhale, we're going to bring this right leg behind us, coming straight into Pigeon, planting both of our hands on in front of this left leg. Okay, that left calf is parallel to the top of your mat. We're extending that right leg behind us. So just getting a nice little hip opener in this pigeon pose. Rolling shoulder blades away from the ears. We're really elongating up through the top of the head. Just taking a few long, deep breaths here in pigeon. You're welcome to, if you'd like, make a pillow with your hands in front of you and come resting on your hands, resting your forehead on your hands. If you're resting here in pigeon, go ahead and push on up to your hands once more. Strong arms, shoulders pulled away from the ears, elongating up through the top of the head. We're going to bring this left foot back to meet the right, coming into cobra. So your hips are reaching for the floor, shoulders pulled away from the ears, elongating up through the top of the head. And then we're going to bring this right leg forward into pigeon. So now the outside of this right leg is parallel to the top of your mat, and you're extending, you're extending your back left leg behind you. Again, reaching up through the top of the head. Shoulders pulled away from the ears. Just taking a few long, deep breaths here in pigeon. And again, if you like, you can always form that pillow with your hands in front of your front right leg and resting your forehead on top of your hands. And if you're resting your head on your hands, go ahead, push on up into strong arms once more. Those hands are resting in front of that front right leg. We're gonna bring this right leg back to meet the left once more, coming into cobra. Shoulders pulled away from the ears, chin is up, face is forward. We're going to be moving from cobra into down dog. So if you have any previous lower back injuries or any pain in your lower back, you want to come into tabletop first, tucking your toes under your feet, really gripping the mat with each fingertip, and that middle finger is pointing up to the top of the mat as you push your hips up into down dog. Heels are reaching for the floor, shoulders pulled away from the ears, and the head is hanging loose between the arms. And the hips are reaching up for the ceiling. Let's go ahead and plant that right foot. We're gonna bring the left leg up towards the ceiling, looking forward to the top of the hands as we swing that left foot forward. Coming into this low lunge, and then stepping forward with that right leg into a full forward bend. And let's roll on up, coming into standing mountain pose. Palms are facing forward. Shoulders pulled away from the ears, chin is up. Faces forward. Just feeling our strength, feeling our feet flat on the mat. supporting us, holding us up. We're going to bring our hands to our hearts and come sitting back down in easy pose so we can close our practice. It was really nice yogaing with you all again. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Let's close with one big Sat Nam. Inhale and exhale. And inhale to chant. Sat Nam. Peace to all, light to all, and love to all of you. Sat Nam.